Hi everyone, welcome to Yoga with Jessie. My name is Jessie and I'm going to be instructing you through today's hip opening yoga flow. So if you're ready to go, hop on your mat and let's get started. So today I invite you to start off in an easy seated position. You can go ahead and cross your legs if that feels right for you. And go ahead and just either close your eyes or soften your gaze. And we're just going to take a few grounding deep breaths here. So we're going to inhale through our nose. When we exhale, make a sound. One more time, inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. And we're going to go ahead and start off with doing some body torso rolls. So we're going to take an inhale at the top. And as you come around to the front, I want you to exhale. And we're just going to do this, continuing to breathe, using our breath to ground us. And I just want to take this moment while you're continuing to breathe, offering some gentle movements to let you know that everything today is an invitation. If anything doesn't feel right, it's within your control to decide not to participate or to take a variation or to return to a grounding pose like child's pose. Go ahead and reverse the direction. This is your practice. There's no right or wrongs here. Everything is about meeting your body where it's at, coming to this practice with kindness and acceptance. And when you're ready, you can go ahead and come back to a neutral spine. Take a moment here. And when you're ready, at your own pace, you're going to go ahead and bring your hands behind you for support, making sure that you're not dumping into the shoulders. So opening up your chest, bringing your shoulders away from your ears. Gently place your feet a little bit past hip width distance apart in front of you with a bend in the knee, not a slight bend. You are going to be bending your knees. And you're going to windshield wipe. So seeing if you can bring your knees close to the floor. If not, again, perfectly okay. Just seeing how far you can bring some mobility into your hips today. Gently warming it up before we enter some deeper stretches. And when you're ready, come to a neutral position. And you're going to extend your right leg forward. Bring the sole of your left foot into your inner thigh. And being mindful here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to hinge from the hips, right? So it's really easy to be in this position and collapse into yourself. While this stretch does focus a lot on hamstrings, today we're going to be focusing a little bit more on the lower hips and even the lower back area, the hips and the lower back area. So I invite you to bring a very generous bend to your knee. And you're going to flex your foot, and you're going to hinge from your hips, seeing if you can focus on bringing your chest down to your thigh, seeing what that feels like. And once you're here, if you want to straighten out your knee and enter into a deeper stretch and kind of then start to roll the back a little bit more as you head down, bring your forehead down to your shin, you're more than welcome. But for now, again, let's go ahead, bend the knee, bringing your chest close to your thighs, whatever that looks like for you. And taking a moment here to be in this stretch, seeing what sensations you're feeling. I'm going to go ahead and straighten out my knee now, just to offer a little bit more sensation to the back of my leg. And when you're ready, go ahead and roll yourself back up vertebrae by vertebrae. There's no rush to get there. And you're going to go ahead and bring your hands behind you for support. And we're going to offer a little bit more mobility here. So we're just going to rotate our foot. So bringing the pinky toe down to the earth. And then the big toe down to the earth. Rotating through our hip socket, seeing if you can bring movement to the entire leg. Trying to keep the back of your leg glued to the earth as best you can. Whatever mobility you have today is enough. And go ahead and start rotating your ankle. Again, while this is movement in the ankle, the entire body's connected, right? So you can see how perhaps rotating the ankle is also offering movement into the leg up to the hip. Going to rotate the direction. And when you're ready, you're going to switch legs. So you're going to go ahead and extend your left leg and bring the sole of your right foot into the inner thigh of your left leg, offering a generous bend into your knee. You're going to hinge from the hips and draw your chest down to your left thigh, focusing on seeing if you can actually feel a little bit of a stretch in the lower spine as opposed to only the back of your leg. And if you're ready, you can bend or straighten your knee out if that calls to you today, and offer a little bit more of a stretch into the entire leg. And when you're ready, go ahead and return back to a neutral spine. You're going to bring both your feet in and have the soles of your feet touching. And we're going to enter a butterfly position. Now, opportunity here to either bring your feet closer to your body. This will have a deeper stretch in your legs or your inner thighs. Option to also bring your feet out so you have more of a diamond shape in front of you. This is to offer a little bit more accessibility if you don't feel comfortable bringing your feet closer to the body. Another opportunity to offer gentle support to your legs. So I didn't grab my blocks today, but if you have any blocks available, pillows, blankets, towels, anything that can stack, you can go ahead and prop them underneath your knees. Again, we're all about loving our body and offering it the support that it needs in these very deep stretches. So you can pause the video. This is going to be a little bit longer of a stretch, so whatever you feel is necessary to get into this today. So we're going to go ahead and just sit in a neutral spine for a moment. Option here to press the soles of your feet together to activate a little bit of engagement in your legs as well. When you do that, you'll start to feel a much deeper stretch in your inner thighs and around the hip area. Take a few grounding deep breaths here. Now, option to spider crawl your hands in front of you. And this is a very deep stretch, so see what feels right. If you get into it and you're like, nope, go ahead and just bring yourself right back up. Seeing if you can let gravity do its thing and pull you a little bit deeper into this stretch. From here, you're going to go ahead, if you're leaning down, you're going to go ahead and bring your body back up. And with very gentle ease and with patience, you're going to support your knees back up. And you're just going to take a moment here. We're going to windshield wipe again, seeing what sensations we're feeling. And from here, you can go ahead and meet me in a tabletop position. So, for those of you who may have never done this before, you're going to go ahead and you're going to square your knees underneath your hips, square your hands underneath your shoulders, and then you're going to bring the shoelace facing part of your foot down to the earth. So from here, you're going to go ahead and we're going to take some cat-cows. So we're going to inhale, drop the core down to the earth, smile your collarbone to the front of the room. Exhale, dome your shoulders, and send your gaze back to your thighs. Drop the head down and curl your core up, sending your tailbone up towards the sky, sending your tailbone down to the earth, core up to the sky. Inhale. Drop your core. Exhale. Round the spine, dome the shoulders. And from here, you're going to continue to take some cat-cows. And if it's in your practice, you can even offer some circular movements here to stretch out the hips. Option here to stop the cat-cows and just offer some circular movements as well. In the circular movements, opportunity here to go really slow and just stop where any tightness kind of appears. And just offer that deep stretch in the hips. And go ahead and reverse the direction. Okay. And I'm going to rotate here. We're going to go ahead and from your tabletop position, you're going to gently lower yourself down onto your core. Option here to bring your hands out in front of you like this. We're going to be doing a pose where you might want a little bit of support for your forehead. So take a moment to get situated. And from here, you're going to go ahead and you're going to take your left leg and you're going to bring it into a 90-degree angle. Again, option here to bring a pillow underneath your knee if this is a little bit uncomfortable. Things to look for is, goal would be to have both your hips on the earth. Another goal would be to be able to be in this position and bring your forehead down to the earth. Just go ahead and see where you're at. Again, there's no right or wrongs. We're here to meet our body where it's at. Any type of mobility here is correct. Just go ahead and let gravity do its thing, pull you closer to the earth. There's not really anything you need to be doing in this position except releasing and disengaging. And when you're ready, you can go ahead and bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Curl your right toes, and you're going to go ahead and gently push yourself up so you can bring your left leg underneath your body. And you're going to be kind of be sitting on your heel a little bit. If you have the mobility, you can bring your foot into a 90-degree angle. That's going to have a much deeper stretch. But if you're like me and you're just looking for something a little bit more accessible and grounding today, you're going to go ahead and bring the heel around to the groin area. Okay, and then making sure, what's most important here is not the depth of the stretch, but making sure that we're in a position that's sustainable for the body. So what that might look like is making sure that your hips are square down to the earth. So what a trick to do this is you're going to look over both your shoulders and just to see if your legs are parallel to the side of your mat, or perhaps a rug or a towel or whatever you're on today. And you're going to go ahead and you're going to crawl your arms as forward as you can. If you're going to stop at the Sphinx arms, which is bringing your forearms down to the earth, this is a great opportunity here to drape your head down and offer an amazing stretch to the neck. If that doesn't feel comfortable, you can just look down to your mat. Another option here is to support the forehead, so you can use your hands and hold your head up. Support the neck. Go ahead and just wiggle around, find a comfortable position. Opportunity here to also just lie flat on the earth if that is accessible to you. We're just going to be here for a moment. Tuning in to see what sensations you're feeling and where. Is it sustainable discomfort or is it pain? And if it's pain, see if you can go back a little bit into something that feels a little bit more sustainable. I love the concept of this. I feel like it really applies to not just our yoga practice, but also life. Obviously we're always trying to grow. And I struggled a lot to find the sweet spot between what is pushing myself too hard versus what is allowing myself to grow. And I found that the concept of finding sustainable discomfort in life really is a really beautiful way to know that you kind of found the sweet spot. All right. So go ahead and push yourself back up. Curl your right toes underneath you. Send your leg back behind you. Come back down onto your stomach. And you can enter a Sphinx pose just for a moment to give your body a little bit of stillness. See what sensations you're feeling. I'm definitely feeling a rush of something happening in my left leg. I always like to take a moment to let the feeling come in before I move on to the next position. Okay, so when you're ready, you're going to take your right leg and you're going to put it into a 90-degree angle on the side of your body, tuning in to make sure your hips are close to the earth as much as you can get them to be, sending your forehead down to the mat, and taking a moment here just to settle in and seeing what sensations you're feeling. From here, Go ahead and support yourself back up, bringing your hands underneath your shoulders, curling your left toes, and supporting yourself back up while you bring your right foot underneath you, bringing your right heel to the groin area, sitting back, checking our hips, so seeing if our leg is parallel to the earth or parallel to the mat. Coming down to our forearms or flat onto the earth, wherever we are today. There's no right or wrong here. Perhaps draping the neck to offer a stretch. Just taking a moment here, noting that we might feel a little bit different on this side than what we did on the other. And that's perfectly okay. From here, you're going to bring your hands underneath you, and you're going to go ahead and you're going to support yourself by curling your left toes, bringing your right leg back underneath you, coming down onto your stomach. And we're just going to take a moment to see what sensations you're feeling. And from here, you're going to go ahead and you're going to push back into a tabletop position. And from here, start to widen your knees out a generous amount. And we're going to enter our frog pose. So what this is going to look like is you're going to spread your knees out. This is a really deep stretch, so being very generous to our body here is important. So you can either come down to your forearms. The other big thing is make sure when you look back, see if your toes are touching. That's another good way. So see if you can bring your toes to touch, knees out, bringing your forearms down to the earth. Some people, if it's in your practice, you can come down into a child's pose kind of situation. That's a little bit too deep for me personally, so I'm going to go down to my forearms. And similar to the pigeon pose, I'm just going to drape my head down and send my gaze back. Again, options here for support. You can sit on some blocks. You can also grab a bolster. Anything that if you're not comfortable supporting yourself up by yourself, you're welcome to sit on a pillow. Bolster, blocks, anything, towel. This won't be accessible to everybody, so another option could be just entering a child's pose. So that would just be bringing your knees in a little bit closer. from here. Very gently push yourself up and sit on your heels. Again, if you're in child's pose, your knees will be more like this. Taking a moment here to breathe, telling yourself, I am safe. I am okay. Any discomfort should be sustainable, not painful. And when you're ready, we're going to go ahead and begin to wind down this practice with some gentle stretches that you're welcome to participate in. So you're going to go ahead and lie flat on your back. Vertebrae by vertebrae, just roll down. And we're going to do first a figure 4. So what that looks like is you're going to take your right leg and your right ankle and place it around the top part between where your thigh and your knee meet. And you can go ahead and take some windshield wipers here. We just did some really deep stretches, so take it slow, be gentle, be kind. Coming back to the top, you have an opportunity here to grab the bottom of your left thigh and bring it in closer to the body. Placing your foot back down on the earth, and go ahead and bring your right foot, so the foot that's on top, down to the earth. Begin to open your knee, your right knee. So your left leg is on the floor, it's bent, and your right leg is pushing open. You're going to really feel this deep stretch in your right hip. Go ahead and come back to the top. Extend your left leg and bring your right leg, bring your right knee towards your armpit as close as you can get it. Everyone's going to have different ranges of motion here. Again, everything is correct. Just meeting your body where it's at. You can rotate the ankle. Go ahead and switch sides. And gently place your right leg back down to the earth. Bending your left leg, bending your right leg. Placing your left leg, onto your right leg, in between where the thigh and knee meet. And we're just going to take some windshield wipers here. So bringing your left knee down to the earth, and then the sole of your left foot down to the earth. Left knee down to the earth. Left foot down to the earth. Coming back back to a neutral position. Opportunity here. Grab your right thigh and start to bring it in closer to the body. Placing it back down onto the earth, and then dropping the left foot down onto the mat or to the earth, and begin to open that left knee up. Beginning perhaps to feel a deep sensation in your left hip. Bringing your legs back up, extending your right leg straight, taking your left leg and bringing your left knee in towards your left armpit. Dropping your left leg back down to the earth into our final savasana. Go ahead and just get into a comfortable position. Closing your eyes or softening your gaze, whatever feels right for you. Perhaps opening your palms up to face the universe. Or rather, sending your palms down to the earth for grounding. Releasing any expression that you might have on your face, except for maybe a smile. Unclenching your jaw, and relaxing your shoulders. Wiggle your fingers. Option here side and support yourself back up, or you can rock yourself back up into a seated position. Coming to an easy seated pose, bringing a hand to your chest and your stomach, option for prayer, or rather just leaving your hands on your knees. We're going to take one more grounding breath to wrap up this practice. Inhale through your nose, and deep release through your mouth. Give me one more. Inhale through your nose, the deepest release through your mouth. Thank you so much for watching my video. My name is Jessie, and I'm currently on my journey to becoming a registered yoga instructor. I use this channel as a way to develop my voice, be vulnerable, and just share what I love with other people. If you enjoyed what you saw, I encourage you to hit like and subscribe on this video. And if you have any requests, please comment below. Thank you so much. I will see you in the next one. Have a wonderful day.